Japanese geisha girl, so we're keeping the Oriental theme, I hope you noticed, Japanese geisha who was married, in inverted commas, to an American naval officer called Pinkerton. He thought he was just got a good deal for some sex on a trip to Japan in the early days of the 20th century. She, being an admirer of Western culture and with a strange idea that it was more moral than Japanese geisha culture, thought that she was marrying for real. And she gives herself 100% physically and emotionally and mentally to Lieutenant Pinkerton. He gets the next ship home, of course. She waits for his return. He makes some empty vow that he'll see her when the cherry blossoms again. This is Butterfly, and I'm trying to make it easier for her as she waits there under the cherry tree. Butterfly. Apollo in disguise, the sun god, his glory hidden, Lieutenant Pinkerton, hurtling earthbound, celestial gold drawn to rapturous pink, blossom veiled and consumed by fire. Chio Chio sun, under the cherry tree, Madam Butterfly, solemn in silk. Mahogany eyes scan a grey seascape. Winter is turning to spring. The future no longer a void. History more than an unhealing wound. What was and what will be merge, only significant now. Call it a mood, this bud burst, this excitement in the present tense. Call it a dream, not a flash of beauty on the cusp of a season, or a thrill on the passing breeze. Butterfly lives it now, cherry blossom fired. Love's prediction made you strong, Chio Chio sun, waiting here under the cherry tree. Pinkerton is part of you. He could never leave. Shed these tears as the blossom falls, sticking to your cheeks like confetti, papering you pink in petal cascades. Your bud burst fulfilled with crimson fruit. Lay down the samurai knife. You can see what the cherry tree saw. Pinkerton here, like you, cherry-stained. Be still. Lie at peace in his lap. Butterfly. Thank you, Diva, for that message. No, I don't have a tip jar, but that doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. But thank you for the offer. Thank you. So that was Butterfly. Thank you. The next poem is called Blind Man's Bluff. I don't know if you know this game where people blindfold you and you then have to find other people and all of that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's it. Blind Man's Bluff. Are you frightened of what you've just caught when you put your hands over my eyes? Who is it, you ask, as if I didn't know? Your skin, warm on eyelids involuntarily closed, reminds me of you, but of others too. Your tentative touch might be kindness. Who is it, you repeat, but your laughter dies in the dark? Are you trying to heal me with this laying on of hands? Or do you want to blind me to everything but you? Would you know me if I closed your eyes? Would I feel fear in those panicking pupils, those muscles flexed for escape? You jerk back your hands, exhaling disappointment. My eyes had stayed open all the time. What is it? I asked, as if I didn't know. We stand apart, released. That was Blind Man's Bluff. This is a poem called A Seat in the Choir. Again, I've read it recently. I think maybe Luna and certainly Johnny, I think, have heard this before. I apologise. It's called A Seat in the Choir, and it's another poem from the Mortwick series that I told you about earlier. This is about a church in Mortwick. No virgins, they, remember how it ended. No witnesses in that cul-de-sac, except the squirrels foraging. The conversation hushed, unplanned. Advice offered kindly with hand-held affection. Imperceptibly muscles tightened, but smiling friendship never changed its face. Not so different from that first meeting, if we'd been watched from a distance. The two of us, in the old market square, unembarrassed, alone in the crowd, in conversation without any words. I was there for the cul-de-sac ending. I was there, but not a witness. Later I knew what was said. That was cul-de-sac. And maybe, I think this might be our final poem for this session. I have to thank you all for coming and being such attentive audiences, or at least keeping quiet. This is a poem called We Are Amused. We are amused. Queen Victoria of England, I guess. Well, thank you. Thank you, Luna. Queen Victoria was reputed to have said, "We are amused," using the royal we when she was applauding some sort of minor joke at court, I think. We are amused. Anyway, this is called We Are Amused. To amuse the king, you play with treason. Punchlines keep your head from the block. Room at the table for bohemian pranksters. Eyes don't always laugh with mouths. There you sit, not quite at top table. Lucky to be there, explosives hidden. Jokes trespass in palace gardens. You return to the ghetto, free to frown. And that was We Are Amused. But I shan't be going anywhere to frown because I've really enjoyed this. I'd like to thank you all for coming along. And I also want to thank Charltina for having the idea, inviting me to do it, and turning this room into a veritable palace. So, great. I don't know what will happen in the future, but this has been fantastic. So I pass my microphone back to whoever is now going to speak. I assume that'll be Charltina. But great to see you all. Thank you, Luna. Great to see you too. Excellent. And great to see you, Neelix. I've only seen you in sort of completely different environments to here, and it's nice to see you in a different setting. Thank you very much for coming. Great to see you, Marcus. Great to see you, Johnny and Carmela, as always. Thank you, Diva. Thank you for your kind comments, but I'll let the BBC bit pass. That's very kind of you. And I shall leave my place up here, and actually I have to go off to another meeting. But thank you all. And good to see you, Johnny. Yes, I shall do my best. You too. Haha, yes. You take care too, Neelix. I shall probably see you later on in the week at one of the other things that we tend to visit. Gracias a todos por venir a cabo. Bye-bye, everyone.